Happy New Comic Book Day, everybody. I am not home. I am in Orlando, as you can see, about to go to my wife's birthday dinner. And yeah, I didn't want to let this video go to waste, this footage. So please, by all means, check it out, enjoy it, and yeah, let's go.
We're trying to explore like Superman's increased power level right now. So we saw him in World kind of like having lost a step power-wise, and how he can hang. You know, when he's lost a step, and now he's been with the White Sun, Star Forces, and World. He's stronger than he's been forever. Like back when I was a kid, we'd see him like flying through these rings, going back decades at a time, and just like pulling planets by chains. And like I can do literally anything. We wanted to see him just explore his power levels a little more. So here he just flies up above Metropolis, and he's just trying to find them by hearing their heartbeat in the sea of millions. So he's just listening to everyone's heartbeat and talking about how all the citizens of Metropolis, he wishes that people could hear the fact that they are all part of it. He hears this collective thrum of humanity all across the world that is all of our collective heartbeats, and he's kind of sifting through them for two specific ones.
So Action's actually an oversized title if you're writing the lead story. In the backup, you have industry legend and the author of, I guess, the most famous Superman story of all time, Dan Jurgens, writing the backups.
Yeah,
is that sort of like the ultimate sort of engineering nerd moment?
Working with Dan, completely. I mean, working with Dan Jurgens and Lee Weeks too is like, just doesn't make sense. I mean, like I grew up on those stories. As a kid, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. For an hour plus from the nearest comic store, like darkest Kentucky, like nothing around anywhere. And the only comics I could find were like secondhand stuff, or occasional like spinner rack stuff, but even those were far away. And when I was finally able to like get a hold of some comics, they were largely Dan Jurgens Superman comics. And working on a book with him is nuts. I just feel disrespectful even like saying the word Dan and not Mr. Jurgens.
He's definitely Mr. Jurgens. Yeah, he really doesn't like being called Dan.
Philip's head over there. I love it. So actually, Philip, we have another project too.
I'm Italian, I try to explain my best, but sorry, okay. I'm here and I'm so proud to announce that I'm the artist of the new Batman and Robin series with Joshua Williamson. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is the wraparound issue 1 cover. So, Josh, how did this come about? Batman and Robin, what?
So 2 years ago when I started working on Batman with you, I was also doing Robin around the same time, but I also knew that my Batman run would end and then she was going to take over and it was going to Dark Crisis, but I also knew that Robin was going to end and we were going to go into Batman vs. Robin and I was planning. But I had so many more stories with both those characters that I wanted to tell. And I love Damon. He's my favorite Robin. I always joke, I feel like he's my little baby boy. I'm protective of him, I'm very precious about him. And I wasn't done. That's basically how I felt about it. And so even long before we announced that I was leaving Robin and leaving Batman, I went to Ben and I said that I'm not done. I still have a lot more stories to tell with these characters. And then I just asked Ben, I was like, I want to do a Batman and Robin book, what do you think? And he jumped at it.
Yeah. I think I had like a board in my office in Burbank that Batman and Robin was on the top of the list of like dream projects someday. So it actually definitely aligned.
Yeah, it worked out. And so then the last year, it's been on my mind, something I wanted to do. And I felt like it was one of the biggest secrets I was keeping. Because even when I was leaving, same with you, you were real good. You didn't tell anybody, dude. He went to a convention in Italy, I think, and you wouldn't even tell James. Like, you were like, I'm working on something, but I can't tell you what it is. And I was like, and then James was like, it's Batman and Robin, right? Because James is one of my closest friends. Like, he knows everything. But so, for the last year, we've been talking about and working on. So even when I was leaving Robin and I was leaving Batman, I didn't tell anybody. So it was hard because I wanted to be like, the story's not over. It will continue. It'll continue next year in this September. And so then Ben had suggested this morning. I've been a fan of this movie for a long time, so I was like, yes, let's do it. He and I met at New York Comic Con for the first time, and we just sat there with lunch with Ben. We started just talking ideas. You know, the first thing I asked him, I emailed you long before. Well, he was doing covers for Robin too, so that was part of it. There was like connective tissue. But I emailed you, and I was like, what do you want to draw? Like, what do you want to do? We're doing Batman and Robin. What are the villains? What are the locations? And you were like, I want to do Arkham Asylum, and I was like, we blew it up. We gotta figure something out. So I was like, we'll figure it out though. We'll figure out flashbacks. And so we've been talking ever since then, and yeah, issue one's done. You know, as of September, issue one's done, and it looks amazing. Yeah. So instead of Arkham Asylum, we're gonna go to Gotham Zoo. Anyone that knows me knows I'm obsessed with the Batman Returns movie, and at the beginning of that movie, they go to the aquarium actually. But with this, so the Gotham Zoo, without getting too much of spoilers, plays a major set piece in the book. But to me, with a big part of the book is that at this point, I feel like Bruce and Damian, they know how to be Batman and Robin. Like they've had their war. At this point, they're Batman and Robin. They're back together, but they kind of don't know how to be father and son right now. And before, when they were living with each other, they were father and son. They had an Alfred. And now they're having to live with each other, and there's no Alfred to act as that buffer, to act as that basically that other parent, you know, with that relationship. And so I wanted to put them back together and see how they come back together, not just as these two heroes, but how they are as father and son, knowing that Alfred is gone, he's not there. One of the things you'll kind of notice is that, you know, Damian, he was trained by Talia, League of Assassins. You know, he was trained by Rage, he was trained by Bruce. He was also trained by Alfred. And so I want to play up those ideas of showing that relationship and how he was trained by Alfred and how that impacts his relationship with Bruce when he sees Bruce going through hardships. And part of what Bruce is missing is Alfred, and Damian seeing that and saying, how do I help my father this way that Alfred would help him? So a lot of the stuff is stuff we're putting in the book, and there's a lot of really fun stuff. If anyone read Robin, you know that we had a thing in there with Robin reading manga. That is going to continue in a new form that we're working on. I think you'll be excited to see what the next step for Damian is manga fandom, what the role it takes on next for him. But yeah, the first issue is beautiful. Simone did an amazing job. So he has a bunch of answers. Go for it.
Yeah. I've read some answer because I think in Italian it's a problem. It's a real problem. Yeah. So,
His English is great, right?
No.
I understand every word you say. I don't know what you're nervous about, but go ahead.
Thanks. I'm loving working in series because it's a perfect mix between dynamic situation with partner Robin and family relationship. It's beautiful because I can draw something dynamic and something family in the same book. I'm so happy. It's really a dream come true because I'm a big fan of Batman since when I was a child, and I see for the first time Batman animated series, and I'm so proud of this book. Absolutely.
It's beautiful looking. Yeah, the first issue is really great.
We're really excited for it.
Oh, and Damian gets a
Yeah,
car.
he gets a
So Damian gets a car finally. Bruce finally lets him drive. Way back when Nightfall happened, Tim Drake got a car. It was the Redbird. He got a car then. But he had this like nice, sleek car, like this little hot rod thing, and I was like, Damian is so much more rough around the edges, and I was like, he's gonna have a Mad Max car. Like he's gonna have this like off-road sort of like ATV that he's running around in Gotham with. So he's the one driving this time. Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, you had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah.
There's a whole sequence in the first issue where Bruce basically is like, I'm gonna drive, and David's like, oh, I have something. And then they turn the page and
It's difficult to draw a car in that sequence, but okay. I'm sorry.
And Batman is not used to his son driving. That's really fun.
I love it. So Simone, when you're not designing dune buggies or drawing beautiful interior pages, you're also an award-winning cover artist. You've done a lot of covers for me. You're the cover artist actually on Batman, Brave and the Bold.